Greetings and salutations and welcome back to Kerno EXP live stream. What are we doing today? We're going to apply the transfers to the stuka, folks. And then we're going to, obviously, there's some other bits underneath that we need to sort out as well. Sorry I haven't been live for a few days. I've been so busy with other things. It's crazy, folks. Crazy. Certainly enjoying the new drone, and hope you guys are enjoying that as well. So let's get back to this again. So we've left it go for a while. So what have we got? What else have we got to put on? Let's have a look. Oops, there's nothing on that one. Some little bits on there, and some bits on there. I think I know what they're for. They're for the rear wings. We've got those there. Right, there then. So everybody's good. We had somebody on and now they're gone. Probably one guess who that is. But I won't say because the bloke's a bloody menace. So he was down at the Helston Railway the other day saying goodbye to Kilmerston, the engine that we've had on loan for quite a while. It's quite a sad day that was, but you know, I was really glad that I was part of it. This might be a bit boring video for you folks, so if you're not into models or anything, then I suggest you move on. If you like model aircraft and you're interested, then welcome. It's not everybody's cup of tea, is it? You know. Right. No. We've got to sand that bit off there, haven't we? Well, somebody's gone. Ha 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 ha. Obviously didn't like it. Oh well, cheers and gone. Yeah, I noticed with YouTube it's been a pain in the ass of late, folks. You know. A real pain in the proverbial. Is that my cat then? Oh yeah, my cat's come in and said hello. Mr. Louis cat. Alright. Hello! You're on camera, Lulu. Louis, come and say hello to you, folks. Not too close to that, my baby boy. No, not too close to that, baby kitty. Yes. Say hello to the one person on video, Lulu. So we're going to go live tomorrow, folks, tomorrow afternoon. Not really sure on how long we'll be going live. It'll probably be 2, maybe 3 hours. Later on, I don't know about tonight, but later on, well, tomorrow we'll probably build my son's aircraft. And I'm just catching up with my emails a minute, folks. Coronavirus. All right. You showing everybody your bottom, eh? You naughty kitty. You're not? Oh, alright, okay. You're not. You're a good boy, aren't you? Yeah, you're a good boy. Yes, you are. He's a good kitty. And you do. Right. Okay. Let's. Okay. Oh, I don't know if that's too loud or no, folks. Meow, meow, meow. Love the pussycat. Love the little kitty. I love my little kitty. I mean, no. Oh, it's squeaking. Come on, we got to get on with this, Luke. Everybody's watching us. Oh, you daft cat. Yeah. Mr. Lulu's. I don't know if everybody wants to see you or no. Oh, I'm on the airplane. Oh, bloody cats. Right, we'll just shut the phone down there, folks. There we go. Stick that up there on the steam engine out the bloody way. Right, what are we doing? I don't know. I've lost the plot, folks. Oh, I bleed now. Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. We built it. Yeah. Right. Okay. Start again. Don't panic, Mr. Mannering. My cat is getting in the way. Okay, so we need to put a bit of glue on there. So we'll do that now. Right. No precision involved, folks. It's just basically to get the kit together, to get this one signed off, because we've got quite a few other kits to build. So there we go. That's that bit. Let's get this lined up. There we are. We've got that bit done. Fantastic, isn't it? Right, what's next? Probably nothing on that. My cat Louie's with us still, folks. He won't leave me alone. Bless his furry bottom, eh? Dee, dee, dee. Ah, right, okay, so where do these go? So they probably go back there, don't they, Lulu? Right? Yeah. Okay, so they go near to the guns. Ah, right, so there's two holes. Ah, so they go. A little bit awkward to figure this out. No, Lou, you're not allowed to go in the window. Come on. Come on, little kitty. There you go. Go on, you go. Go see your brother. Right. Let's get these out. Probably a wrong timing to go live, really, because there's not many people around, is there? The other live stream we did we had quite a few people coming in to saying hi. Probably just finish this aircraft off, and then we'll perhaps consider going live a bit later. There's not many folk around, is there? Well, I can't see where that goes, so I'm going to have to clip those off, aren't I? Going to have to nip them off like that. And then there we go, that's that one. Yeah, so we've got quite a few more drone flights planned, folks. I see that we lost one subscriber. That's probably because they didn't understand about the drone flights, because I actually did some research, and the flight that I did down at Rosemelon Hedge is local to me. It's not far away, and you are actually allowed to fly your drones now without because I checked up on the CAA, and it's quite blatantly clear that you are allowed to now. So obviously I lost a subscriber because they thought I shouldn't have been flying the drone. Well, that's where they're wrong, my friends. They were wrong. You are allowed to fly your drones. So yeah, the next drone flights will probably be once the wind's dropped, because it's still fairly high at the moment. I was down Pont Snoof a minute ago because I had to drop some money off to somebody I owe some money to, and which I'm buying. I'm buying something, folks, which I'm not going to reveal straight away because I don't want to. But yeah, so down there the wind was quite high, so I decided not to fly the drone because didn't fancy losing it or anything. So we decided not to fly. Right, so those two go there. So if we just put a little bit of glue on one, because you've got to take a call sometimes, and even on the app I use for gauging the weather said that the gusts were fairly high, so we decided not to fly today. There we go. What's that one? Mind you, over here the wind isn't too bad in this side of Cornwall, but on the other side it's gusting. I think it could be southwesterly. So I got a couple of other videos backed up. I got to wait for the green light to release them. They're of the engine leaving the Helston Railway. So I just got to wait for my friend to basically say that they're okay, because I can't portray the railway in a bad light, folks, just in case that they're not suitable. So we're waiting for the green light. They should be released. I can't see them not being released. I've just got to wait for that confirmation, because don't want to pull any hairs out anywhere, if you know what I mean. Right, so we've nearly got this in the bag now, pretty much. Let's just check the resurrections here. Hello, the one person who's there. Probably the wife or my mum. Don't know which. If you're watching this later on, folks, then greetings from Cornwall. So the next aircraft after this one is going to be I can get the paperwork here in a minute. What's he done with the box? There it is. There it is. The next aircraft building is this one here, folks. I don't know if you can see it or no with the glare. There you go. That's the next one, which we'll probably make a start on that tomorrow, more than likely. Right, now transfers. We've got to look. Let's get this over. Here we go, folks. So there are the side bits. These are the top parts here. So we'll get those on first, I think. Right, okay, let's go for it. Can't believe the weather. It was lovely earlier this week, and then all of a sudden it's gone pear-shaped again. A real pain. Oh, it was open already. Look, what a bloody crap. Never mind. So model kits, folks. I'm going to be continuing building these for quite a while now. I'm going to buy some new kits in a few weeks. Seem to be going down quite popular, which is good. I'll put him on doing in a minute. Get off. Right, leave that going there. Oops, shoes down there. Yeah, so in just over a month's time, folks, we're getting our rib inflatable boat. It's not the sort of rib that you buy down at a beach. It's a proper boat for going out on the Carrick roads and what have you. It's got a keel on it, inflatable keel. I'm not saying how much I'm paying for it, but it's brand new, and I've got a friend of mine who's got a 5-horse outboard, 4-stroke, so we'll be using that as well. So yeah, looking forward to going out with that. So it should be just before Flaming June that we'll be able to go out on the river with it and so on and so forth. So that should be a lot of fun. The reason I'm getting a rib or inflatable boat is because it's transportable, folks. I don't like the idea of being tied to just one spot, so we're not doing that. I've already got my marine bound radio for safety, because you need to be safe out there. Right, let's so it goes about here. There we go, quite happy with that. I need to get a cloth. I did have one. Sorry about the clothes there, folks. Been putting them on. Right, what's that? All right, let's get the next transfer in the water. There we go. Now let's just dry this one off. Does look very good. There we are. Leave that there a minute. A lot of folk don't have the patience for this, but because I've been building aircraft for donkey's years, I have. So this one is going to go on the ceiling with the other aircraft that we did. Yeah, so when you're out on a boat, folks, you need to be safe. You need a life jacket, and if you're going out to sea, you need flares. You need to tell people where you're going, and you've got to have a marine-bound radio. You have to have a license to use it, but you're allowed to have them, and you're allowed to listen into the channels. But if you're in a genuine emergency, then they do kind of waiver it, folks. I've booked in to do the course now, and we'll be doing that down at Myler in a few weeks' time. But I believe in being safe when out in the water or any outdoor activity, really. And that is my number one goal, to be safe. Because there's a lot of folk out there, not mentioning names, they got nothing. Absolute nothing. The bare minimum is a life jacket. That is the bare minimum that you should have. Like I said, there's a lot of folk out there that don't even have that, which is bonkers. Bonkers. Need your head examined if you're going to go out without a life jacket. Bloody hell. Right. And it's also like the underground explorations that we've got planned, because we've got several locations lined up, but I've had a lot of stick from certain people saying one thing and another. I'm not going to mention names or anything, but there's a lot of folk in that world that, you know, don't even wear a bloody helmet, which is absolute bonkers. But there you go. You take the risk. It's up to you lot. You know, I'm not taking the fucking risk. Right. So we got the next transfer on the go. Oh, we got 3 people. Matthew, hello. Yeah, it's not too bad, mate. Yeah, it's coming along now. Yeah, we're getting there now. Right. Yeah, we're only here really just to put the transfers on this aircraft. It's not a long live stream today, unfortunately, but tomorrow should be an even longer one, because we'll be building my son's aircraft, which is this one here. He wants me to build it for him, so I've said yeah. Thank you, Craig. Hello, Craig. You all right? Right, so we're going to put the bottom transfers on now. Let's see if this one's ready yet or no. No, not quite, not ready yet. Not ready yet. But it will be. It's not going to win any awards, unfortunately, but I'm happy with it. Yeah, I think, to be honest, in the future, what we will do is instead of going to this scale, which is 172, I think we'll go for the next scale up, so that on the next scale we can actually paint the struts of where the window frame is and what have you. So yeah, but that'll be a little bit down the road. But the thing is, it's going on the ceiling, so you know, it doesn't have to be an oil painting. Well, let's cut some more transfers out, shall we? Let's see if we can get this. Get this reasonably okay. Right. Let's cut that little bit off there. Seems that model kits are getting very popular again. I suppose it's to do with the situation that we've been in, isn't it, folks? Yeah, oh, Craig, yeah, we've got quite a few vehicles to build as well. My son's got an American truck, GMC, that I think he's going to build that, unless he wants me to help him with it. I don't know. I'll just go and show you a minute. Matthew, you crashed your new drone. Oh, no, mate. Was it? Which drone was it, mate? Was it the DJI Mini 2? We've got that now. Just quickly talk about drones. Here we go. It's in here. There you go, folks. This is the new one, the Mini 2. I can show you on top because I haven't got my ID in that. It's all in there, which is pretty good. We bought the Fly More combo this time, and this drone, because the Mini 2, the Mavic Mini that we bought, which we still got, that was second hand, and you've seen all the videos that we did with that. It's just really, really good. So we've flown this one quite a bit now, and it is better. It definitely is better. Right, let's get this over. Right, so there you go, about there. There we go. If you bought Matthew, if you had the Fly More combo, then you would have had another set of props with it, such as that. I had with mine, I had obviously like 3, and of course the screwdriver, and we had another thing of the sticks for the drone as well. I'm so impressed with the Mini 2. It's just unbelievable. The last flight we did was Rosemullin Head, which is not far from Falmouth, and there was quite a bit of breeze up actually, and I think the breeze was about 15 miles an hour, and I had it in normal mode, and the wind was actually pushing it away from me, which was like a brown trouser moment. So I whacked it into sports mode, and it came back no problem, like, you know. Yeah, it's a compact drone. So we've got the Mavic Mini, which is the original one, which I'm keeping as a backup drone just in case. And I will fly it from time to time, but I'm not going to fly it every day, shall we say, because I did have a couple of issues with it. Because I had the motor guards put on it, which is like a little piece of aluminium that goes over the top of the motor. You've got to take your props off, and you've got to put this on and screw it on, and then you screw your props onto that sort of thing. But I had couple of issues with it because the screws were working loose, and so I tightened them up, and one I didn't quite get it right. I didn't thread it, but it was kind of like on the brink of being threaded, and we went over St Agnes Way, and you could see that the drone was flying, but it was like on the camera it was like shaking. You could see it shaking. Yeah, we all make mistakes, mate. I've crashed both of my drones. I've crashed the new one as well. Well, it wasn't really a proper crash. It just went into a little bush, like, you know. But the old one, we crashed that probably about 5 or 6 times. Not serious, but still, it's not a very nice thing to crash something that you enjoy, like, you know. Oh bugger! We're gonna have to leave that one there, I think, because that's split, which is not very good. Right, there we go. So that's some of the transfers on. So I'll have a break for a minute. Well, Craig, it's up to how much you want to spend, mate, at the end of the day. Like the Mini 2 is not cheap at the moment. It will come down in price. But if you want to start off, then I would suggest that you get the Mavic Mini, the original one, because you should be able to get it for less than a couple £100. I'm not being funny, but the Mini 1 is a perfect drone to start with, to be fair, because it's got all the it's got GPS, it's got stabilizer and all that jazz. So that would probably be the best one. Like Matthew said, yeah, 550. If you just get the basic drone, if you want to go for the Mini 2, then if you just get the basic one, not the Fly More combo, because the Fly More combo it's not cheap. You know, like Matthew just said, it's 550 for that. But if you want to get the Mini, the original Mini, then you should get it one on eBay for a couple £100, which is not bad, to be honest. And if you look back at all of my videos from the past, you see how good they are. They're fantastic. Just having a drop of coffee there a minute. There we go. Yeah, that's another thing that I've stumbled upon. Well, not stumbled upon. I've had to buy a SD card Extreme one, and because the ones that I've been using, such as like on the original Mini, they've not been Extreme. They've just been 32 gigabyte. But now we've just bought a 128, and I think it was £26, or 30 quid, just about, basically. So you really need a card that's going to write very quickly, because like I've had quite a few issues, because in this one right now we've got, obviously at the moment I've got a 32 gig. I'll just get it out and show you. Here we go. SD card's right there. Let's get it out. So this is not the best card. So this one here is a Kingston 32 gigabyte. It doesn't say anything else. Now, ideally, that should be a lot faster card. This has, well, the videos that you've seen has gone on this card, and I've had a couple of issues with it. So that's why I've upgraded it now, because I should be able to get a longer video, because the most I can get on that is about 15 minutes in 4K, which it's all right, but I want to do longer videos if I can, because we've got the Fly More combo. We've got the extra batteries, which are these here, so we can actually fly for virtually an hour and 20 odd minutes, technically, but I haven't tried that yet. Right, what have we got here then? Yes, Matthew. Yeah, you do need a fast card. That's why we've gone for the extreme. I think it's SanDisk, whatever it's called. So I think we paid £26 for it, which is a 128 gigabyte. Which, to be fair, I don't think it's too bad, because if you look online, there's loads of different prices and that. The thing is, you've got to really be careful buying SD cards on like eBay, because I did buy one before and it was fake. So what you need to do is just go into the seller and see how many good things, how many bad things he's got on his records and what have you. Then you can make a call from that. So that's what I did this time, because I didn't fancy being ripped off. Craig, yes, yeah, the videos that we've done over the last, well, the last 2 or 3 drone videos have all been in 4K, because I've been filming with the new drone. The old drone is still there, and we are definitely keeping it. So we've got a lot more videos planned for this year. We want to get down to West Cornwall, and obviously you've got to be careful where you take off from. If you're down such as like the Crowns at Batalic, you've got to be a bit careful there, because it's all National Trust, and we all know the National Trust don't allow people to fly from their property. But there is, if you go on a map, and if you look where public land is and where the trust land is, you can actually fly from down there, so long as you're on that bit of land. So if you've got, like, say for instance the Mini 2, then because it's got OcuSync 2, you can go up say 50 meters or even higher, and just go over the top. And that's what I intend to do, folks, even though I've got connections with the National Trust. Even me, I'm not exempt from it as well, so I've got to be a bit careful. I probably could get permission, folks, because obviously I've got connections to Eastpool Mine, and I know the manager for West Cornwall, and I probably could get permission to fly from their land, but it's just all the bloody red tape, isn't it? So I just rather just fly from public land. What we got here? Craig, Matthew. Samsung. Oh yeah. The new drone is totally different to. You can upload it the same as what you can on the original one, but because it's got the fast transfer, you don't necessarily need the controller. I did try that, but to be honest, I don't think it's much quicker than doing it the other way. Really, there's the controller, folks. The battery's a lot better on that as well, because the other controller, my God, you have to charge it up virtually every time you fly it, which can be a bit of a pain. Yeah. Going back to boats again, just briefly. Yeah, we did buy a marine bound radio, folks, right here. It's the Cobra, and just give you a quick review on it. This is a floating device, and it's got Bluetooth on it, and it's got scan on high, low, and medium. I don't know what. We're on channel 16 in a minute. We're not going to get a signal here because we're quite a way in from the coast. But what you can do with this is you can via the Bluetooth on your phone and on this, you press the Bluetooth button and it pairs with your phone, and you can make and receive calls from this via your phone, and you put your phone inside a waterproof case and you're protected. Like I said, you don't have to have a license to own one of these, but you do have to have a license to broadcast on it. I've booked in for the course. I'm doing it down at Myler in a few weeks' time. But as a safety piece of kit, like if there was a genuine emergency, you could broadcast on it. But they will turn a blind eye on that. But to have it, to broadcast on it willy-nilly, because there's loads of channels on it. Number 16 is the Coast Guard, of course. But there's other channels where you can talk to other people and other boats and what have you. But you've got to have a license really to use that. But for an emergency device, You are allowed to own it. You are allowed to broadcast on it if it's a genuine emergency, folks. A good piece of kit. I had one before, but the other one didn't have Bluetooth on it. It's floatable, so if you dropped it in the water, it floats. It's got a burp thing, which you activate it and it burps the water out of the speaker. But it's just a handy piece of kit for when you're out on the water, which we will be. Craig. Yes, Craig. Yeah, we are going underground. And where's the scissors? We're just waiting really at the moment, mate, for the right time. It's not the right time at the minute because obviously because of all this situation going on, it's and I'm not going underground by myself. That is a big no-no. Someone I know did recently, and he had a lot of stick for it. So if I do it, I'm going to get a lot of stick as well, aren't I? So we don't want stick, folks. We don't want the aggro. So we're just waiting for the right time. Now, the video that we're going to do is going to be awesome. It's basically 4 of us going. One of them was in the mine rescue in Cornwall here. I'm not going to mention names right away because there's been a lot of stick flying about regarding that, and I just fed up. I don't want any more stick, basically. So we've got all the right gear, folks, and we're just waiting for the right time, really. We picked up our new helmets, and so yeah, it's all good. So we're just waiting for a couple of lights to turn up. They're Petzl ones, so they're really good. Yeah, there's quite a few folk out there in that community who think I'm bloody loaded because I'm buying all this gear, which I'm not, folks. I'm not bloody loaded. I've had it in the ear from the missus and all sorts, you know. But at the end of the day, regarding the mine exploration, you've got to make sure you're safe. I've been underground quite a few times. A lot of people know that, but I have because of my connections. And yeah, in the early days, it was fun and games. But now we're in a different position. We can actually do it properly. And of course, I've been told not to mention any of the names of the mines, so we won't be mentioning the names, folks, because various different reasons. Yeah, Craig, you just got to, haven't you, mate? You know. Matthew, yes, yeah, I think so. We're not gonna have anyone come with us on the first or second explore, but later on we probably will be. But I'll have to state that if you do come along, it's at your own risk, because I don't want any court cases with all this, like, you know, because there's so many people out there these days that want to try and rob you for all your money. Like, you know, I'm not saying anyone will, but if anyone comes along, you're at your own risk. All right. If you haven't got any gear, then I can provide gear such as like a harness, hard hat, lights, and all that jazz. But I'm not going to be doing underground tours like somebody was doing, not mentioning no names. Not doing that, even though I am a tour guide for the National Trust at a well-known Cornish mine. Good man, Matthew. Yeah, if you haven't got any helmets or harness or light, Matthew, then I can lend you some of that. No worries. But it'll probably be a few months' time. We won't be any day soon because you know. Oops. Yeah, we pretty much got that in the right place there. Going back to South Crofty, don't really know what's going on over there. I was meant to try and get it open and looking for lithium and what have you, but it's all gone quiet again. But Crofty, a few years ago, they used to do underground tours of Cook's Kitchen and what have you. I went down and had a look, and it was quite interesting. When I was at Cornwall College back in 1993, I lived in Tucking Mill, and when we was on our break, we used to go home and have lunch and that, because my mates Chris and David would come home with me, and they would get something to eat and what have you. We'd play the old Sega Mega Drive, and I can remember Crofty actually blasting, and you could feel it, you know. Matthew, that's brilliant, mate. Yeah, doing that sort of job, you're used to all that gear then, aren't you? You're probably more used to it than what I am. But yeah, we did a bit of training back in the 90s at Bishop's Forum, abseiling and ascending and that. Obviously, we haven't done that for years, so so probably will be a bit ropey, to be honest, or rusty around the edges. Fantastic, Matthew. Yeah, so we've got a gas detector now, a 4-way gas detector. I haven't opened it yet. I'm going to open that on camera at a later date. But we're not going deep, to be honest. We're not going as deep as some of the explorers out there. It's basically on an inclined plane. There is a ladderway there. It goes down quite a few meters, but that you go down so far, and then there's a platform. And there's a trapdoor, so you get down there, we check all our gear, and then we go down again. There is an adit system that goes off to the left and to the right, but I've been told that some of the workings deep in the mine are in shall we say, a bad state now, so we won't be venturing too far off the main winds. So but yeah, it will make a fantastic video. So whoever, we're going to do that ourselves to start with, and later on we will be more than likely invite a couple other people down. We'll have to do this year, because I think the mine in question eventually is going to be sealed off. So because there's been a lot of folk going down there recently and that, you know, so we've got to make the best of it while we can. Joy, hello there. So yeah, we got to make the best of it. Basically, there is another one on the north coast, which I won't mention right away, but that is almost like a theme park. There's a lot of people from out of county that have been down that one, and I think, to be honest, it will be just a one visit, and then that'll be it, because just what I've been down it before, and yeah, like I said, there's a lot of folk that go down there, but I know about 3 others which are off the beaten track. Darren, yes, yeah, I did it as well, mate. I wish they did it again, to be honest. If they charge like £5 a go, I bet you there's people around that would actually pay that, you know. But I tell you something, I would love to get underneath Taylor's shaft at Eastpool Mine to have a look there. I know that quite a few explorers have over the years, but that would be fantastic, because all the pump rods and the rising main is still in situ, it's not been taken out or anything. Mind you, there's a lot of mines in and around the Camborne Redroof area, that the pump rod and the rising main is still in situ, which is like unbelievable. The rule is, folks, exploring mines is not to release the location. You've got to keep it a secret, because because of various reasons, folks. Yeah, Craig, they did it a few years ago. It's quite a few years ago now that Crofty did that. I think it was on 3 occasions they opened it to the public, and it was just basically a free entry. Um, I wish I would. I wish we could all find out what is going on with Crofty, because they said that they were trying to get it open. They found lithium there, but the thing is, it's probably in small quantities. It's not going to be a great load like what a lot of people think there is there. Tin and copper, well, we know that is there, but I'm sure we'll find out in due course, won't we? Right, aircraft. So we're virtually there now. So what else can we do to this? Yeah, Poldark. Yes, yeah, I know quite a bit about Poldark. My friend's father-in-law had the site until he passed away a few years ago. Darren, I've heard that before, mate, but I've not experienced that myself. I would love to do that. Crofty are responsible for maintaining the shaft at Taylor's, because every so often, obviously, because I've been a tour guide there for 10 years now, and we've seen quite a few visits from South Crofty Limited, or what are they called? Strongbow Mining, is it, or something like that? They used to go down. I don't know if they've been down recently or no, but they used to go down and open the door, because it's all fenced off from the public. You can't gain access there. But they went in there and tested it ages back now, and I was there. Mind you, this is over 12 months ago. And we looked down the shaft, and you could see the pump rod going down. Mind you, it's in a bit of a state, and you could see the rising main. I think there was a ladderway there, but I should imagine that's pretty bad condition by now. But yeah, there you go. Yes, Craig. Yeah, that's probably where you've seen me. I've been a tour guide Eastpool Mine for 10 years, and I've got family connections in mining, because my great granddad was a tin miner in the St Day area, because that's where my family come from. A small little hamlet called Todpool, and they lived in a miner's cottage. But my great granddad told my granddad not to do it, because it's very bloody dangerous. Well, we know that, don't we, folks? We know that. Yeah, so you've probably seen me in Taylor's engine house. I've been in that engine house for the last 7 years, and before that I was over at Mitchell's, which is just next door to McSalvers in Poole here, which is my favourite shop by all standards. I love that shop. I'd live in there, I would. It's where we buy all our materials for building sheds and what have you. So we've got another project this year to build a greenhouse in the backyard. There's just enough room there. And in the front garden, what we're going to do is put a 5-foot fence up with weatherboarding and frames and posts and what have you, and build a little shed in the corner to put the bins in, sort of thing, and then put probably a couple of tons of gravel down, with obviously a membrane first, and then a couple of tons of gravel, and a new table and chairs for the missus and my mother, Yeah, Mitchell's engine used to run, but because, well, I'm not going to say too much about it, because I do know quite a bit about it, and I've been told by the National Trust not to say too much about it. But there's a couple of issues with Mitchell's at the moment, because usually the wheel does rotate when we're open, but there's a few things not quite right with it at the moment. So the National Trust are hoping to get some grants or whatever to try and get it running again. There's various problems with it, folks. I can't really say any more, because my hands are tied on that one. But yeah, it's such a sad said situation at the moment. It would be nice in an ideal world to get Mitchell's engine running on steam. Now, in the, I think it was the 60s, they did try, and apparently there's a massive steam leak on the side of the cylinder. Now, these days you could get it metal stitched, and then therefore you could get the engine working on steam. Now, the only engine in Cornwall that I know that works on steam is Levant. And yeah, the MAN engine down there is such a sad spot, that one, because obviously we all know what happened there. Quite a few lives were killed when the pin broke and they all went crashing down in the shaft. But the engine there is a very small engine, and it's probably the smallest engine in Cornwall. And yes, it does work on steam today. Well, maybe not right this minute, but it will work on steam. They had a new boiler for it, oil fired, I believe it is now. And yeah, it was made for that engine, it was made for that mine, and it's still there, which is rare, because we all know what happens. Usually when a mine is not profitable, the engine is sold to another mine, so the engine's moved 2 or 3 times, like Taylor's, for instance. East Pool, that's moved before. Robinson's, that engine's moved before, and various others around the county. So yeah, but mining is a hit and miss game, folks. You know, you can drive an adit and you won't make a bloody bean. Yet again, you can drive an adit and you become a rich person. It's all the unknown. Yes, I think Matthew is from the Camborne area. So, yeah. But South Crofty was one of the biggest employers in Camborne and Redruth, along with lots of Holmans of Camborne. Mitchell's engine over the road was made at Holmans in 1892. And it's called a whim. Whim, as we all know, is a winding engine. And it used to wind the men up and down in the shaft and or raise the ore as well. And in 1921, the main shaft collapsed. There was a geological fault. I don't think anyone was killed on that one, but the mine then closed. So they decided to buy Taylor's engine, or as it was called a different name then, and it was moved to where it is right now, which I can look out the window here and I can see it, which is amazing. St. Column Major. Ah, yeah, well, we know St. Column Major. Yeah, it's a good place, that. Very good place. Yes, I was hoping to fly the drone today, but unfortunately that wind is just a little bit too high, you know. I think it's over 25 miles an hour. The drone that we've got now will cope with 25 miles an hour, but I'd have to put it into sports mode, which unfortunately sports mode does zap the battery. But yeah, there we go. So what's next on the list? I think I'll have a sup of coffee in a minute. So I was down at the Helston Railway, not yesterday, the day before. This is another passion of mine, steam engines, as you probably know. I've been going down the Helston Railway for many years now. One of my friends is the manager, and my job title was locomotive cleaner. And I've been doing that for nearly 3 years. And the engine in question is Kilmerston. And the other day she left the railway. Now her boiler certificate was out of date and she could not be steamed. And the engine basically needs to be taken to bits and a couple of little repairs, put back together again, and then she'll have a 10-year ticket. But the thing is, the 10-year ticket is last 10 years, but the thing is, you've got to have a steam test every year, and it's to do with the insurance, folks. The engine has been an absolute blessing down at the railway at Helston, and I did drive it once, and I fired it about 3 times, I think it was. So yeah, but we are getting another one. I can't reveal what that is right now because I don't have authorization to say so. But yeah, we will be getting another engine. We will be open to the public this year later on. So if you're in the area of Helston, folks, then pop along and have a ride. It's good fun. The Helston Railway is originally, it was a standard gauge railway which went from Gwynia Road to Helston, and we're hoping to relay quite a bit of the track. We've done quite a bit. We've got over a mile of track down at the moment. Yeah, I've greased her up. I've oiled her up a few times. I do the preparations the day before or the evening before. So I've been down there at 11 o'clock at night in the engine shed, cleaning the engine, lighting a warming fire, because obviously a steam engine, if it's not been steamed for a while, it does take quite a while to get the pressure up. Now I've been down there since, well, the earliest I went down was 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and the latest I left was 11:30 at night. And I did get her in steam, only just on the clock she was. But the crew in the morning come down, and the engine's lovely and warm, and they just light a fire, and within a couple of hours they've got steam, which is brilliant. I've got railway connections in my family. My granddad Charlie, he was he started his career at Redroof railway station as a lab porter, and then he was promoted up to the goods depot, which is Drump Road, and then he worked his way up over the years, and he was virtually in charge of the yard when he retired in 1986, I think it was. And it was about a year after that the railway ceased at Drump Road, and everything was all ripped out. The signal box was pulled out, and now there's nothing left, which is such a shame, really. You know, it's a bit of history, but we managed to acquire a couple of things from Grandad, and I'll just show you. Here's one right here, folks. This is a shunting lamp, and it's got inside 2 glasses, and you turn it, there's a green and there's a red. Oh, this has been down at the Helston Railway a few times. It's dated 1945. It's got the war crest on it, War Department. And we've got a rear locomotive light as well, which I haven't used yet, but it's got British Railways Western Region on it, which is down here. We are Western Region. Matthew, yes, mate, they're so true. St. Column, where you are, I think there's some guys up there that have got engines. I forget who they are now, but I'm quite well known in the steam preservation movement, whether it's railway or traction engines. One of my mates has got a 4-inch scale Ruston Proctor, which I've been associated with that engine for quite a bit. And my late boss, well, he's not late, he's still around, but he's not doing engines anymore now. You might know the guy. He's called Robbie Richards. He's from North Country. He does Tarmacadam. I think his son's taken over now. He's called Robbie as well. I used to clean his engine. The engine was called Vanguard. It's a big showman's engine with lots of gold leaf on it. We went to Great Dorset Steam Fair in 2008, and I was virtually left in charge of it, which was great fun. But he sold the engine to a company called Preston Services, which buy and sell steam engines of all different sizes, whether it's road or rail or stationary or whatever. Next to me here, I have a family heirloom engine, which my wife's granddad made. There is videos of it on the channel. I've got a nice period oil can, which we use for oiling it up. It's quite an old one. It's I think it's probably from the 30s. But yeah, we need to get a boiler for that. Once we get a boiler, we can we can have a bit of a play with it, like, you know. So we've been on over an hour now, folks, so I'm gonna head off because I need some food. We've got the chicken pie tonight, homemade, so that's going to be good. So we'll be live tomorrow. We're going to build, as I showed you earlier, we're going to build that hopefully tomorrow, and we'll do some more talking about different things as well, if you like. Whatever you want to talk about, folks, if you want to talk about it tomorrow on our live stream, then we can. So I hope you guys have enjoyed it all. Paula, you're welcome. You are very welcome indeed. My real name's Mark, folks. Mark. We do have a Facebook group as well. It's Current EXP, but the thing is, I've kept it as a private because obviously there's certain things on there which I can't really make public. But if you want to join the group, then feel free to send a request. It's Current EXP with the usual yellow little doodah. We will be doing some merch later on in the year, some t-shirts. So if you want a t-shirt later in the year, then just message in the chat, or if you're on the group, then tell us your size and we can sort that out. The t-shirts will look like this, folks, which you've probably seen this already. The t-shirts will have that on it, on big on the back and small on the front. So that should be good, shouldn't it? Thank you very much. Right, folks, so I hope you've enjoyed. We'll be back tomorrow afternoon, probably after 2 o'clock. I'm sure you'll get a notification, so we'll see you then. Take care, folks, and until next time, cheers and gone. Cheers and gone, folks. Thank you very much for joining me today. Bye now.